Good day, everyone. It's Hélène Gagnon. I'm again chair of the AIAC board this year, and as promised, after each board, I'm giving you a little summary of what we discussed. So our latest board was in Ottawa on September 17th for dinner, and then September 18th for the board meeting. So on the dinner prior to the board, what we did is we discussed the Emerson report implementation and the Jenkins report. Thank God we did that the night before, because we had a long discussion on a number of topics. I think the first element is that we're very happy that following the cabinet shuffle, there is really the same level of commitment from the federal government to the aerospace industry. So, for example, we heard from Minister Moore when he announced the strategic demonstration program in September in St. Hubert. So that's, as you know, one of the key recommendations of the Emerson report. So we're extremely happy. We heard it from him, and we could feel his sense of commitment was as high as the past minister. So we're very happy about that. So that's really the key recent implementation action that was taken by the Canadian government. On the Technology and Innovation Committee, we're continuing to work on the SADI terms and conditions. We submitted some of our comments, so we hope there's going to be some response by Industry Canada in the coming weeks or months. We don't know when they'll make an announcement. On the research collaboration, the committee is finalizing its recommendation for a national mechanism, so that should take place in the coming weeks. In terms of aerospace being really recognized as a priority for the government, then we sense that there's maybe more that could be done there. We think we need to up our game from an AIAC perspective, so we'll take some actions there. On the skills aspect also, there's a bit of confusion with the recent announcement of the job grants. We want to focus on upskilling, and we're not the only association that is finding the program a bit difficult to work with. So it's moving really slowly on the skills aspect. On the space side, we believe that we're on the right track. There's been some decisions taken at the federal level. Of course, there's a new head of the Canadian Space Agency. He's currently restructuring his senior team. So we like the direction that we're taking, but of course, there'll need to be a lot more action taken in that regard. On the small business front, small business is now integrating all the other committees and is very engaged with the Aerospace Caucus. The caucus actually committed to help the small business organize a meeting, whether it's going to be at the ministerial level, deputy minister, chief of staff, we're not sure, but between Defense, Public Works, and Industry Canada to actually voice their concerns related to small business. So hopefully that will happen in the coming weeks or months. With respect to supply chain development, the committee chair explained that the committee chose a third party, KPMG, to actually review the three supply chain development programs that currently exist. So the one from Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec, and will assess objectively which one or which part of these should actually be taken to do a supply chain development program for the whole of Canada. So that's hopefully going to move forward as of October. With respect to market access, so there's a lot going on there, 5 subcommittees. One thing I want to mention is that the Department of Foreign Affairs actually sent a survey to all the committee members, and not many responded. So hopefully some of you are watching and will actually send back their survey. It's very important to get some data if we want DFA to actually help us. And then we had a long discussion on defense and procurement, so all related to the Jenkins report. All in all, there was a lot of debate, but one of the elements that we really focused on was the fixed wing search and rescue. There's a draft RFP that is out right now for comment. And apparently they don't want to, they want to still proceed with the single point of accountability, and AIAC and principal is not very in favor of that. So we're going to find a way to voice our concern there. So during the board, one of the key elements that we did this time around was to adopt the strategic plan for the next 3 years and our business plan for the upcoming years. So based on 5 priorities: 1, enhancing the Canadian aerospace global competitiveness; 2, reforming and transforming the defense procurement; 3, revitalize the Canadian space industry. So you feel that we need a lot more energy there. So that's the 3rd priority. The 4th one is raising the profile profile of aerospace small business. Actually, we even debated and discussed and agreed that we should have a stronger language than just raising the profile, but we really want to focus on small business going forward. And the fifth element is to continue to transform AIAC into a high-performing organization. So these are the 5 priorities, the strat plan and the business plan, of course, a lot more detailed, but these are the 5 elements, and it was approved. And hopefully you will all come to the Canadian Aerospace Summit October 16-17 because all of these elements, of course, will be discussed. So a few maybe smaller news, but I want to mention. So with respect to our relationship with British Columbia, AIABC, we hired Jay Techrub for 3 months to help us develop a strategy in BC. We'll know more at the October board. Gardens, so we actually did submit a new submission for funding, and we're optimistic this time. We'll know more around December. With respect to governance, we formed a committee under the leadership of David Schellenberg to update our compliance to the Canada Not-for-Profit Corporation Act, so that needs to be done by the next board. We also adopted the hiring and firing policy, whereby our CEO must consult with the chair and vice chair should he want to hire or fire a senior executive of the AIAC staff. Basically there we just put on paper, formalize what was already being done. With respect to our relationship with the regional and provincial association, we will send a survey very soon to get the input from the various associations. We're moving a little slower than anticipated because we want to get it right. So hopefully if you're watching and you're from regional or provincial association, you'll give us your feedback very soon. And perhaps the last thing I want to mention, a really good news, is that our CEO, Jim Quick, was able to negotiate with the Department of Foreign Affairs to have a trade commissioner, an embedded trade commissioner dedicated to aerospace that will sit with AIAC to help aerospace companies with market access going forward. So we don't know yet who will be that individual, but we're very excited because that will definitely help our members. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.